time to join it all together. So I am assuming at this point you've got both mandalas made and you've got your central corner to corner piece made. This is the full Monty here. I can't obviously show it all to you, but it's all made. And obviously this is here's one I made earlier, mandala, that we've been looking at all the way through our mandala videos. So I'm ready to join together. Now, I'm just showing you this here because I've done this one. I've joined it here. And if I just pull that down, we are going to block this at the end. If you look at Greta's pattern, she blocks it. So it will actually kind of sit much neater than it is here. But I just wanted to show you this because I've literally just done this to practice before I show you how it works. And it joins together so beautifully. Here's that sort of tiara bit. Do you remember I was referring to the tiara? There's the tiara at either end. And so it sort of sits exactly where it needs to sit. And it's so easy to join, I can't even tell you. So shall we crack on and see how it's done? So first things first, I think you might find it helpful to have it lay sort of on a table. I'm finding it really helpful to have it laid out on my table sort of long ways, so it's all nicely supported. Doesn't matter if not, but I've just found that a little bit easier. This corner piece here, you need to have your scarf so that the edge piece, the right hand edge piece, so this one here, you need to have it so you're looking at the horizontal stitches, okay, not the vertical ones, and the other end is vertical, so that should be easy and straightforward for you to work out. So horizontal stitches this end, and you also need to make sure that your mandala is right side uppermost. So right side on your mandala and horizontal stitches on the bottom right corner of your corner to corner piece. Now here is my mandala with my yarn still attached, and I've put my stitch marker on there to keep that stitch live. So I'm just going to put my hook back in and remove the stitch marker. Oops, and off we go. Right, so we're going to be joining along this edge with a series of double crochet, and we're going to make them, the first one we're going to make right in this corner, and then all the way along we're going to make them between the blocks, okay, all the way along nice and evenly, all the way from the right hand side to the left hand side. That is what's going to be happening on the corner to corner piece, and on our mandala piece we're going to be making double crochet into our chain space loops as we did on the last round. So if you remember, we were making 6 double crochet into each of those chain space loops. We're going to continue to do that while simultaneously joining to this beautiful corner to corner piece here. So without further ado, let's crack on. Now, the first thing we want to do is put a double crochet right into the corner of the cornermost square, and we're going to do that from back to front. All right, so we're going to come from the back of the work to the front of the work. All right, so my hook comes through the back of the work, picks up the yarn and makes a double crochet. Phew, we're attached, chaps, we're attached. If only that were it. It's very easy, don't worry. So now I'm all nicely attached here. I'm going to move this over a little. We are going to look at our next loop on our mandala that's got no double crochet in. You can see that's still just a chain loop, isn't it? We've got double crochet in this one, we've got none in this one. So we're going to start by putting 3 double crochet into that loop. 1, just straight through as you were before. 2 and 3. So nothing happening with the corner to corner piece just at the moment. Okay, so there's three double crochet in that chain, UK terminology, and then I am now going to put a double crochet between these 2 bricks to hold it in place there. Okay, I'm coming back from the back to the front again. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm obscuring it with my finger there, aren't I? So from the back to the front, can you see? Let me just drop the yarn for a bit and just show you. From the back to the front, between those 2 bricks. Okay. Oh, and I've got the yarn in the wrong place. Back to front, between the 2 bricks. Make sure your yarn sits to the right of the hook, else you're not going to be able to make your stitch. And I'm picking up and making a double crochet. So now we're joined in 2 places at the very edge and between the next 2 bricks. Right, I'm going to go back in to the chain space where I was working double crochets before and work 3 more in there. 1, 2 and 3. Okay. And the final part of my repeat, because I'm going to be doing this all the way along, the final part of my repeat is to do yet again another double crochet between the next 2 bricks. So back to front again, coming back from the back of the corner to corner to the front of it and joining. Okay, so if you look, it's joined, and all you're seeing are those nice double crochet stitches that are going into that little chain space. It's very, very pretty. So that was our repeat. Let's do another repeat so you know where you're at, because you're going to do that 10 times across. So that was number 1. And I'm going to give you some tips as we go. So 3 double crochet into the next chain space loop across. 1, 2 and 3. And then we're going to put a double crochet between the next 2 bricks. Just make sure that you're not skipping any, because I did that on my first attempt and had too many loops left at the end of it. Got very worried, but it's fine. So just make sure you're not skipping any bricks. You're putting a double crochet between every single one of them. And I'm now going back into that same chain space to finish off with 3 more double crochet, because each of those chain spaces as we work across must have 6 double crochet in there to be even with what we've done before. So did I do 3 there? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's all I'm doing actually all the way across. I'm going to be putting 1 double crochet between each brick on my corner to corner piece, and I'm going to be putting 3 at a time double crochet into the chain spaces on my mandala. So I'm going to do 3 in one space, then I'm going to do a double crochet between 2 bricks, then I'm going to finish up with 3 in the same space before I hop along, just so that you make sure every single one of those chain spaces has got 6 double crochet in it as you work across, and you make sure that every single brick has got a double crochet sitting between it. So you can see that now, can't you, if I hold it like that? Okay, and that's all you're going to do all the way across, and that repeat you will do 10 times. So I'm going to work across and see you at the end. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of the join, and we're joining the last loop we want to join. Do you remember me talking about that little tiara? It's not the centre of the tiara you want to join, it is the little loop just to the right of it, just as you look at it. So I've just going to put first 3 double crochet into that last loop. 1, 2, 3, and put a double crochet through between the last 2 bricks or blocks. My last 3 double crochet into 1, 2 and 3 into that same chain space, and I'm going to finish up by putting my last double crochet right at the corner again. Okay, so right at the very corner of the last block. All right, so now that is fully attached all the way across. So I did my 10 repeats and it worked out beautifully, and it is absolutely and completely securely attached all the way across, looking very beautiful. So now if I just turn the work, okay, so my mandala is here to the left and my corner to corner scarf part is to the right. I'm going to make 1 chain, and then I'm going to finish up, just move that a minute, if I spread out here, you will see at this point here, all of my double crochet are completed in that chain space. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have no double crochet in, and I'm just going to go ahead and put 6 double crochet into each of those spaces. 4, And here's the last stitch going in now. I feel like we should have a fanfare. 6. Okay, so that is the last double crochet going into our mandala now, and I can fasten off. Okay, so I will take my bodkin and sew in that end in a moment, but let's just have a little look. I stretch that out because don't forget we're going to be blocking. If I stretch that out, you can see it's really beautiful. It's in fact, let's look at the blocked version. So you can see it's attached. It works wonderfully. Let me show you what it looks like after blocking. That is the key here. So here is just like a taster, if you like, of how it will look after it's blocked. So you can see it's sitting nice and flat. All the work is opened out, so you can see all the detail between the petals. You can see how beautiful the petals are. The corner to corner is neat and even. That edge has evened up beautifully, and it's an absolute treat. So we're all joined. The last thing we've got to do now is tassels.